G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out with Julie. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to do another ring pour, a spin pour, because that last one I did with the red and yellow and black and white was really popular. And a lot of people said to me, oh, can you do a blue one? And can you do a purple one? And so I thought I'll try and combine blue and purple for you. So I've got some white, some sort of turquoise with a bit of blue in it, phthalo blue, violet, magenta, and mauve, or mauve. They're all Mont Marte colours. That's the magenta, Studio Acrylic, and that is the violet, the purple one, and this is mauve or mauve, depending on where you live. It's more of a burgundy, really. And phthalo blue, and of course white. So people are still asking me about this contraption here. It is a doggy pool or kitty bath. It's just plastic. It's got cardboard in it. You can fold it up, so great to have. You can just fold it up and stick it under your table when you're not using it. This is a turntable, cake turntable that I got from eBay. I've just covered it in some foil to help keep it clean. I put some double-sided tape on there so that my canvas doesn't slip around too much. I've got my big push pins underneath, and I'll just make sure that's even because I can feel under here where the edge is. It's about there. So once it's right, just stick it down on those tapes that you put down. And I didn't really like pouring out of that jug because the paint sort of came out in a big ribbon, well, a big wave sheet kind of thing. It was about that wide, and I couldn't get my rings. It was just folding in like a big sheet of paint. So I'm going to do that where I can pinch it, and hopefully that will work. I'll probably have to fill up 2 of those because I'm not going to fill it up too much. So I'll pour, and then I'll fill it up again, and then I'll pour. Well, maybe I might do 2 cups. Might pour out 2 cups at once. Well, not at once, but I mean layer them. I've got 2 because they're only going to hold about 400. They're going to hold about 400 grams. I've got 600 grams here. I mixed up. Actually, I should tell you about my pouring medium. My pouring medium, when I do ring pours, it's nice and thick. It's 70% glue, 30% water. When I'm doing my flip cups, it's 60-40, but the ring pours, it's got to be nice and thick so you can see your rings. And then it's mixed equal parts. So in each cup, I've got 50 grams of pouring medium and 50 grams of paint. That's 100 times 6 is 600. I made up a little bit of extra blue. Yeah, just to have a little bit more blue in there, just next to 20 grams of pouring medium and 20 grams of paint. I'm going to put little layers of white between every 2 or 3 colors, and sort of going light from white to light blue, darker blue, purple, light pink, and then dark pink. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. So I'll layer 1 cup, and then depending on how much I've got left, I'll layer the other cup. That way I don't have to stop halfway through my ring to layer cups. Makes sense, doesn't it? Just put that one over there for a minute. Now the crease is on this side, so I need to layer from the opposite side. So I'll start with a little bit of white. I want a light center, sort of white with the pale blue in the middle. So that's what I'm going to do here. Some white. Need a bit of extra white to begin with, only because you kind of lose a lot of the white in the bottom of the cup. It doesn't want to come out. So yeah, it's hard to get it all out. And then the turquoise and the blue. Oops, that's too much blue. And then I'm going to do a little bit of white, just a little bit. And then we'll go with the purple and the pink. So I hope everyone's doing well. Is everyone happy? Hope so. I think the world's kind of starting to get a little bit back to normality, although there are some awful, awful things happening over in the States at the moment. I'm really sorry to hear about what's going on there at the moment. It's just awful. Now I think I'll put the purple down first and then go with a bit of white. Just change it up each time. And then the pink. But I hope everyone's staying safe and feeling good, trying to do a little bit of painting here and there when they can. Maybe I won't need to do 2 cups. Probably got enough for one more layer. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Now let's do a little bit of white. It's between that and the purple. And then the pink. And then I might do a little bit of a white between that and the next pink. Oh, stop moving. And I need a little bit more white. Let's see if I can actually just get what I need into this cup. Okay. A little bit more blue, I think. I'm not fussed if I don't use up all the pinks, but I want more blue. Okay, that will do. Got a little bit of the pinkies left. Actually, let's just do that. There we go. Full, full, full. I didn't need the extra cup. Although, trying to pour this is going to be difficult. But what I'll do is, because I think you guys like it, I'll bring the tripod down onto the floor down here so that you can watch me pour it out. I'll just do that. Stay right there. Righto. Get my glove back on. Okay, now hopefully, because I can pinch this cardboard, hopefully I'll be able to do nice small rings. But look at that. Oh, look at that. Does it look pretty? Okay, here we go. Wish me luck, you guys. It's very full. I'm probably not going to pour very well to begin with because it is so full. It's overflowing. All right, here we go. Where's my middle? There. Off we go. Now, as the cup empties, I can get closer to the surface. And that'll give me more control over my circles. If it starts going a little bit wobbly, then you know you're too high. You need to get a bit closer. Oh, it's looking amazing. Here comes the white. Slow it down. Well, it was much easier with the cardboard cup. And then just stick your finger on the end to stop it from dripping. Woohoo! Look, I got the white center which I wanted. Yay! And if you need to, you can just use a little skewer just to, you know, continue your circle around if you haven't got quite a perfect circle in the middle. Let's have a little look at it, hey? Oh. Lovely. Oh, so pretty. And because I've got the little bits of white in every few layers, it's going to be quite bright. Now, I'm just going to try and get my glove off with my teeth. I've got paint all over my face. I'll move the tripod back up onto the table. All right, so the next thing I need to do is put some paint on my edges here. It's probably looking a little bit light for my liking, but I did have some pretty dark colours in there. So what I'm going to do is this blue here that I've got left over, I need to thin that down. So I've probably got about 1/4 cup in there, and I'm going to add probably about 1/4 cup of pouring medium. Make it really thin so that we're only just getting a mound. Because that's going to be my flow enhancer. So probably equal parts of pouring medium to what I had left in there. There's no point having a thick amount of paint here that this big puddle can't flow over. And it's pretty thick, this puddle. I don't know if you saw it. You probably saw it when I was pouring it out, how thick it is on the canvas. So give that a really good stir. And this will be my flow enhancer. This is what my puddle is going to flow over to get to the corners. I was deciding whether to use turquoise or that turquoise mixed with blue. And now that I look at it, I can't really see. I mean, it's very blue, which is, I guess, what I wanted, but not happy am I? I'm always wanting something else. But now that I look at it, I'm thinking, oh, that turquoise would have been nice. Next time, I just dropped my stir stick on my foot. Now I've got blue toes. All right, now we need the palette knife. And this is just where we're going to spread this out. So if you're in a bit of a hurry, this is probably a good time to fast forward while I'm doing this. And then come back to me when I'm done. I will be covering the whole surface though. Well, I should be. That's what I did last time. I thought maybe I'd end up with black corners on that last one, if you saw that last one, because it was red and yellow and black, and I thought, oh, black corners would be nice. But then I ended up spinning the paint right off and didn't have any plain corners. They were all rings. It's hard getting in here. I can't, because I need to get my arm inside the doggy pool, so it's a bit tricky sometimes. This canvas just fits in, as you can see, and I can spin it all the way around. I think it's an 80 centimetre one for those that are looking at the different, because there are different pools. There's one smaller than this and there's one bigger than this, but the bigger one wouldn't fit on my table. Now the last pour I did, it didn't flow properly because I think I had like this, like a ridge of paint. So let me just make sure that I've smoothed it all over. That way we get an even amount of paint going over the edges. Okay, that should do. All right. Just pop that over here. Right, now the fun begins. Actually, I should just torch it very quickly to pop some bubbles. Might get some little cells forming where the bubbles have popped. Even though there's no silicone in this, you get the different densities. You know, the white is very dense. The purple is usually quite transparent, so you're getting different densities in the paint. And the dense one wants to go down, and the transparent one wants to come up. And oh, look, there's a little cell there. Hi! The magenta is usually transparent as well. See, that's got a white ring. You probably can't see from all the way up there, but it's got a white ring with a magenta center. That's the white pushing down around it, and the magenta poking up through the middle creates that cell. Righto, wish me luck, you guys. Let's do a little spin. We'll just go slowly to begin with. Oh, it's already flying off the sides. I can hear it. It's like rain. Rain on the rooftop. Wow, look at that. That was just a little tiny spin. It's already gone off the corners. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. And you can see how well a really thick mix works. Oh, I love that white stripe there. But over here, I haven't gone over the edge, so I'm just going to go again a little bit. And it looks as if there's something in my paint there. I'm not going to go fiddling around with it because it'll just make it worse. But you can see the ring has kind of gone straight and then whoop. So there's something in there. Little tiny spin. Okay, that wasn't big enough. Let me catch it. Catch it on the push pins underneath. Oh, there it is. That's the bits that I wanted to go. Let's just go one more time. It did actually move. So still quite a lot of thick paint on this, but you know, I don't want to spin it all off. It's going to take probably 5 or 6 days to dry. Oh, look at that. Love it. Love that white center. And I've still managed to keep a little bit of the white there. So, yay. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. And there's that little bump there. But as I said, if I try to pick that out, I'll make it worse because, you know, the lines are still straight. And if I go picking in it, I'll just stuff those lines up totally. So, oh, look at my hand. Covered in paint. Let me just clean my gloves off and then I'll take you down for a close-up. See, it's tricky. You could, if you wanted to, spin again. But, and I'll tell you that my thought process here, because people like to know what I'm thinking and how I'm thinking about this stuff. You could spin again, by all means, and spread this out to about there. You'd lose that red, you'd lose all that red there, you'd lose that pretty corner, you'd lose most of that purple. So you'd only really be seeing this bit here, which that's up to you if you want to do that. But I really like these extra colors on the outside. So the more you spread the middle out, the more you're going to lose your corners. And then, you know, you're going to miss out on those beautiful colors. Let me just check my sides. I've got a little bit of a blank canvas there. Let me fix that. And there. Where else? You're good. You could do with the touch. Because they're all still got a little bit of blue on the corner. That's worked well. Now with your palette knife, because it's still wanting to drip, go around, catch all the paint that's wanting to drip off, because that's going to weigh the edges down and the paint's going to want to keep dripping. So try and stop that from dripping by reducing the amount of paint that's there, and then the weight of it won't be so much and it won't pull the other paint down. Does that make sense? Yes. So as I said, I'm not going to spin it anymore. I really like it. I'm going to turn that one off. I'm going to bring you down for a close-up. I just love that white center. Because I put a little bit more white in the bottom, didn't I, to get that white center. And then I only put a tiny little bit of white. There we go. I only put a tiny little bit of white in between every 2 or 3 layers. Look at the colors. Oh, it's so vibrant. Just sometimes you can't see the beautiful colors when I've got the bright overhead lights on because it just goes all glary. I've got a few little cells popping up here and there. Shadows. Look at that. Look at that. It looks so amazing in the screen. There's that cell I was telling you about. I managed to keep it. Cells all by themselves, hey? I love it. So pretty. This would have been amazing if I'd put some satin enamel in the white to make some clouds. but I just don't know what it would have done. You know, my rings might not have stayed ring-like because they might have ended up like more puffy cloud-like. Oh, look at that little purple cell right down there on the right. And you can see each colour. Because my mix is nice and thick, the colours haven't, or the rings haven't blurred into each other because I've had such a beautiful thick mix. Okay, there we go. Do you like that one? I love it. I'll put up a nice photo for you so you can see the final colours, because they still look a little bit glary through here, but they are beautiful and bright. Could have done with a little bit more of that phthalo blue, actually. Who knows? All right, love it. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't look at my dirty puppy petal pads on the side. They're a bit distracting. I'll do that. It's my favourite spot there. All right. Thanks again. Stay safe, everyone. I'll see you real soon for the next pour. Let me know if you want me to do one of these in a different colour, okay? Okay, thanks. See you soon. Bye for now.